Slovak, Ukraine. Hey, everybody. Welcome, everyone, both of you. It's Saturday morning at about 9 a.m. Pacific time, and I thought I would sit down and do some broadcasting. Didn't get a chance to broadcast yesterday, I don't think. So family was over yesterday. Not the whole day. So I think I'll do the Trump broadcast today if I can. Our good friends are coming over later this afternoon or for dinner, and everybody will have a COVID test. We'll have a blast. We got lots of COVID tests. If you don't know and you live in the United States, you can get 8 free COVID tests every month. And I'm not talking about the get on covidtest.gov and get your 8 tests. I'm not talking about that. Once you're done with that, you're done. I'm talking about going to your local pharmacy and they'll give you tests. That's what happens with me, with my healthcare coverage. I have pretty good healthcare through the Obamacare marketplace. It's wonderful. By the way, it's worked. Can we not all just decide now? It's been 12 years. I've had Obamacare for 12 years. And what it is, it's not Obamacare. It's just, Obamacare is just a marketplace. So I can put in my healthcare and they bid on what kind of price they want to give me for my healthcare, and I get to choose exactly what I want. So much better than working for an employer who says, this is our healthcare plan. There you go. Take it. Or if you don't have an employer, if you want to run a small business, by the way, small business, backbone of the American engine. So yeah, this is just Spill Covfefe. Hi, Libby. Hi, Steph. Hi, Marcy. Hi, Andy. Good to see you. Early in the morning here, late in the evening for you. So this is just Spilling Covfefe. This is nothing official. We're just going to bounce around. If you guys want to talk about something, Cindy, we can talk about something, Cindy. If you guys want to talk about Cindy, I'll be happy to talk about Cindy. Come on. I mean, really? So we'll try and broadcast later today. I'm guessing the Trump rally is going to start around 7:30. If somebody wants to look that up, go ahead. So there's no agenda. I'm being loud this morning, like my throat hurts already. It's probably the vaccine. I got my second booster and or my 4th vaccine. It's the same thing. I feel fine. Had a little nappy. Well, no, for those of you overseas, I don't mean I had a diaper. But just in case, when you do get vaccinated, when you get your booster, you might want to wear a nappy. Had a 2-hour nap. Could have been an hour and a half. I don't know. I was asleep. I wasn't keeping track. Let's see what we're outraged by this morning. If you guys want to talk about something, I got my firmware update. Thank you, Phil. That's exactly right. And everything was working just fine before. All the Trump rallies are the same. But I feel remiss because I didn't do last week when he dropped the F-bomb a couple of times. We did survive last night. Yep. We had a lovely dinner. Jojo made dinner. I made a salad. And Jojo made dessert. And our good friends came over. Our family. Our good family. I was the only non-gardener at the table. Ironically, I spent the day gardening. I used an electric lawnmower for the first time. Oh, sorry. I used the electric lawnmower, Jojo's electric lawnmower, the new electric lawnmower for the first time. It's made by Ego. I'm going to do a YouTube video on it. E-Go, as in electronic go, or electricity go. I don't know. Anyway, it was a good Ego. It was a serious Ego trip, and I was very happy with it. So much lighter than a gas engine. And, of course, it doesn't stink. And nobody has to pour a bunch of gas into it. You don't have to do the oil changes and the dipsticks and all that other stuff. The only dipstick was the one pushing it. So highly recommend it. And check your local agency because if things work out, Jojo's getting a $200 rebate for getting the lawnmower. The lawnmower was $400, which is too much for a lawnmower, let's be honest. But you'll never pay $7 to put gas into it. And you get a rebate here. They want to get rid of the old stuff. So good things happening. I don't know. I think I'm in a good mood today. Let me check. That's too early to tell. That's the other bonus of it. It's very light. You can pay another $300, $400 to get a self-propelled one. Maybe if you live on a hill, go ahead. But otherwise, you don't even feel the thing when you're pushing it. I mean, you do. Most people would. I happen to be freakishly strong, so I don't. But let's find Fox and Friends from earlier this morning. And again, if you guys want to talk about anything, let's just do the chat. I don't even care about what's going on in the world today, because really, it's not so much about me. What's going on in the world? What's going on in my world? Oh my God, guys! Tomorrow I go on a trip to Seattle and I get to see 3 different dogs. I'm so happy. Let's see what Fox and Friends. What's it called? Saturday. There we go. Fox and Friends Saturday. Let's look at Fox and Friends Saturday. It's called Ego, and there's no hyphen. That's the weird thing. It's just Ego. Just Ego lawnmower. Our neighbors across the street, who are lovely people, they had one. And they said, yo, you got to get this. It's fantastic. I was like, all right. So then I did the online comparison. Consumer Reports loves it. And I was like, well, that's good enough for me since JoJo's buying it. Okay, this one's new, so let's watch this. Okay, here we go. They always start with the Pledge of America or whatever. Yeah, Star Spangled, Beautiful America.
Breaking news.
Oh, good. We got Pete, Rachel Hampeth, and Will. So, not the 3 worst, but 3 of the best. Yeah, it's also pretty quiet. Here's another nice thing about the lawnmower. I could listen to, typically, if I'm mowing the lawn, I have to listen to music in my headphones and blast it so I can at least hear the bass and a little bit of the high vocals. That's with a gas lawnmower. With this, I think I was listening to CNN or Fox News or what. I was jumping between channels, and I could hear everything because it's so quiet compared to a gas engine. It still makes noise, but it's so quiet. And it doesn't rumble at all, like it's not shaking your hands as you go. And then one other thing about it. Oh yeah, I haven't mowed a lawn, I think, since I was a teenager. Well, that can't be true. No, that's not true at all. That's not true. Since I lived in a house. It wasn't that long ago. What I'd forgotten is I'm allergic to grass. So at least I'm allergic to cut grass. So that was fun.
Interrupt our national anthem.
Well, I agree with you.
I'm down with that.
We'll see.
We do our best. We do our best.
Yeah.
We want.
Well, I don't want them to do their best. I want them to do my best. Because their best is not cutting it. Try doing somebody else's best. Doesn't even have to be mine.
The anthem every single morning, and we hope to keep bringing it to you.
Yeah, and please do your best. Keep sending your pictures in at friends@foxnews.com.
Oh, we should send them some pictures.
We start with this.
See if we can get on the national anthem.
The slap heard round the world.
Oh, good. More stuff about Will Smith. Good, because we haven't actually talked about Will Smith. This is Spill Covfefe. This is nothing official, so we can talk about it if you guys want to talk about it. I mean, seriously, that's the best he's got. Chris Rock had his hands in his pockets and just went like that. That was it. Not a lot of willpower there.
It happened last Sunday night.
We're still talking about it.
The 3 of us were together.
Yeah.
The 3 of us.
So there's a war going on. There's skyrocketing gas prices. Remember about the skyrocketing? Fantastic jobs report. President Biden, despite what you hear, has a booming economy with growth at almost 6%, which is incredible considering Trump never got above 3%. Booming economy and fantastic job numbers. More jobs created in Biden's first year than any president since we started keeping track. Probably in history, because there weren't that many people.
As a unit, have not been able to talk about this quite yet. Of course, you know what I'm talking about. It's Will Smith slapping Chris Rock. Remember?
Jada, I love you. G.I. Jane 2, can't wait to see it. All right?
And he's laughing. He's having a good laugh about it. Now, here's the best revenge for a joke like that. Watch Jada's reaction. If you're ever in a room and a young lady gives you this reaction, you have not read the room. I mean, that stare. Wow. Let's see. Liberty says some arse yesterday was on about black on black crime over this foolishness. I don't know if I'm racially insensitive or I just don't see color or what that. I mean, I'm a white guy, so I know. Stay in your lane. You can't talk about this. I just saw it as one human being on another human being doing something really, really stupid. Don't do that to other people, please. I don't care what the color of your skin is. This is not about black on black. Could have been Bobcat Goldthwait up there telling the joke. I wish it had been Amy Schumer. Yes, not that I want any ill will on Amy. I love Amy. I saw Amy years ago doing stand-up, and I thought, this is probably the funniest human being I've seen in years. She's hilarious. I love Amy Schumer. I'm not saying I want Amy Schumer to be slapped. I'm just saying, what a different world. Would Will do the same? No, because Will's a chauvinist. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar put out an interesting column saying, no, this is not about women's lib. This is not about feminism. This is anti-feminism. This is Will Smith saying that Jada Pinkett Smith cannot defend herself against a joke. Come on, Will. Do better. Anyway, they're Scientologists, not Chris Rock, the other two, and this apparently is something that they do. And I did this. I didn't get this off Twitter. I didn't get this. Oh, they're Scientologists. No. This is something that I've known about them, and something from a very good friend of ours who also said immediately, "Oh yeah, that's something that they do."
That was a nice one. Okay. I'm out here. Richard.
Here he comes. Chris Rock still thinks this is funny. And it is. Chris Rock has... Oh, I'm sorry. His hands are not in his pockets. His hands are behind his back. Absolute no concept whatsoever that Will Smith is about to go up there and get Scientologist on his ass. Or his lips.
Oh, wow.
And what a weird... Like a weird karate, like he's breaking boards or something. The weird ending to it.
Wow.
And then he walks away with a smirk. Just like, what? And that's why it looked so fake. That's why so many people thought it wasn't real to begin with. Because it's barely a slap. I mean, it is. Don't get me wrong. It probably hurt. But Rock, look at the way Rock reacts. Rock's not a big guy, by the way. I've seen Rock in person. He's not a huge guy.
That was a nice one. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm out here. Richard.
He comes up, he says, Richard, which is just long form for Dick. So he called it, really, he knew.
Oh, wow.
Takes his hands out from behind his back, and like this much reaction. That's it. That's all you got. Now, again, we've talked about a little bit about that's a thing to slap somebody, knock the words out of their mouth, and that might have been what Will was going for. I don't know. I mean, come on. Yeah, he's tiny. I don't know how tall he is exactly, but I mean, he's diminutive. He's not somebody that I would say is imposing. Will Smith, on the other hand, he's a big man. Big man.
Wow. Will Smith just smacked the out of me.
Okay, so I'm interested to hear, because almost universally, there's been condemnation of Will Smith over this, because you just don't smack other people. Don't do it. Say something verbally to them. Go ahead. If he just yelled from the audience, he still would have been a dick about the whole thing. It's a joke. You're at the Oscars. Take your trophy, smile, say thank you, go home. This is a culmination of your life's work, really. Hey, because it was a great performance. Was it the best performance of the Oscars? I don't know. Let's decide. I don't know. Let's take a look at the other nominations. Hold on. Best Actor nominations. Okay, so we had Denzel for Tragedy of Macbeth. Didn't see it. I'm sure it was fantastic. Benedict Cumberbatch for Power of the Dog. Now, The Pile of the Dog was a terrible movie, but he was pretty good. Javier Bardem for Being the Ricardos. He was good. He was good. Anything Oscar about that? I wouldn't say so. I mean, again, it's whatever. Andrew Garfield, Tick, Tick, Boom. Haven't seen it. Feel remiss in not seeing it. Will Smith, Benedict was great. Could have won as well. But I think Will Smith was more like, oh, this is the culmination of your life's work. We've appreciated all the laughs you've given us. So here's an Oscar. But it was a great performance, especially if you've ever seen Richard Williams and you're like, oh, wow, he really captures him. He didn't have the worst affliction, which is usually what wins the Best Actor Oscar. Anyway, I haven't seen Macbeth. Denzel is probably fantastic in it. Hard to win for Shakespeare. It really is, unless you're Kenneth Branagh, because he actually is Shakespeare. Most people think it's Francis Bacon. It's Kenneth Branagh. And I'm trying to think of anything we saw over the last year that, in terms of Best Actor, nothing that really blew me away. Again, we're in like pandemic times, so it's... Andrew Garfield was good in Tick Tick Boom, and probably sang. I haven't seen it, but... hold on, let's do this. Let's go back to Best Actor winners and see if the affliction thing has kept true over the years. Academy Awards for Best Actor. We're looking up Wikipedia right here. So let's go back. This is... Okay, so we got to go all the way down to the end. Hold on. So Best Actor... Anthony Hopkins in The Father. I have no idea. Wow. Oh, that was the year that the Oscars forgot. Because last year, I don't think I saw any of these movies. I didn't see The Father. I didn't see Sound of Metal. I didn't see Black Bottom. I didn't see Mank. I should see Mank. Mank, actually, I've heard is very good. Minari, I've heard is very good. I didn't see anything last year. Tick Tick Boom is very, very good, from what I hear. So Joaquin Phoenix in The Joker, he won, and he had an affliction. He was the Joker. He's absolutely nuts. So typically, it's the one who has the worst affliction. Rami Malek won for Freddie Mercury. I don't know if there's really an affliction there, except that he had AIDS. Let's see. Kristen Bale should have won for Dick Cheney. I love Rami, don't get me wrong. Both fantastic performances. And again, they're both amazing. So how do you choose? Bradley Cooper, Stars Born, didn't see it. I haven't seen Eternity's Gate, so Willem Dafoe for Vincent van Gogh. Viggo Mortensen in Green Book, he was great. Oscar worthy, he didn't really have an affliction. But Will Smith playing King Richard, nobody really had a serious affliction this year, so I didn't know how to call that one, but I figured Will Smith would win. Anyway, back to what they're talking about. But for years, from My Left Foot to Rain Man or whatever, whoever the worst affliction, that's who won the Best Oscar. And if you watched Oscar night, you saw when they were doing the Best Actor nominations, it's whoever yelled the most. Frances McDormand was awe-inspiring in Macbeth. Oh, I didn't even realize she was in there. I love Fran. So we'll have to watch that. Movie night next night, I think we're going to watch Tony Hale in Not That Funny, which I started with JoJo, and then I figured, you know what, we should, because it's a very sweet. We're 10 minutes in, and it's really sweet. So I'm really looking forward to watching that on movie night. Oh, okay. So so Will Smith put on some weight to play Richard Williams, so therefore Oscar.
Wow, dude.
Yes.
It was a G.I. Jane jump.
Keep my wife's name out your mouth.
I'm going to, okay? That was a greatest night in the history of television.
Just so uncomfortable. And then I don't know if I'm there. Do I stand up and applaud? Do I give him a standing ovation? I'd probably yeah, it was a good performance, but dude. And then the whole, I'm a vessel of God, and he told me to protect my family, my fake family up in the box and up in the press box. The Venus and the Serena sisters are just like,
Okay.
It's like, I don't want to be involved in this. Look at my nipple. Seriously, there was a lot of areola going on in the box.
The breaking news.
Was Oscar night not all about, first off, not Liza Minnelli and Lady Gaga, and then lack of coverage on the dresses? I didn't comment on it at all during the performance, but the three ladies that I watched it with whom I watched, it was all about the cleavage. All about the cleavage. Thank you, Libby.
News this morning is that Will Smith has resigned from the Academy of Motion Pictures. It means basically he will not and cannot vote in future Oscar nominations. He said the following: "My actions were shocking, painful, and inexcusable. The list of those I have hurt is long and includes Chris, his family, many of my dear friends and loved ones, all those in attendance and global audiences at home. I betrayed the trust of the Academy. I deprived other nominees and winners of their opportunity to celebrate and be celebrated for their extraordinary work."
That is actually correct. The Oscar should have been about Coda. It should have been about the wonders of that was Dune. It should have been about the Oscar for Best Supporting Actor going to a deaf actor.
I'm heartbroken. I am resigning from membership.
At random says there wasn't much cleavage. Or sorry, there wasn't even cleavage. There was pretty much whole boob. Yeah. All over the place.
Of the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences, and will accept any further consequences the board deems appropriate. Change takes time, and I'm committed to doing the work to ensure that I never again allow violence to overtake reason.
I don't know that he allowed anything. That was him. That's a separation of the ego and the id, not the lawnmower. But you are who you are. Well, just something took control of me. It was God. It was the devil. No, it was you. I was a dick. I'm sorry. Here's the Oscar. And you know what? That would make it right. If he actually gives up his Oscar. This just gets him away from being punished by the Academy. Because the Academy was going to have a hearing in a couple of weeks, and they were going to say, you know what? You've been suspended from the Academy for a period of 5 years or whatever. And he just quits. Like, yeah, you can't fire me. But if he gives up his Oscar, everyone knows he won. It doesn't mean a thing. But that would probably be on equal standing, on equal footing with slapping Chris Rock in the face. Still should have charges pressed against him. You can't do that. And I don't know. Here's the problem. Most Hollywood sets would say, we're never working with that guy again. It's a safety issue. I mean, can you imagine the insurance? The trouble is, it's Will Smith. He guarantees you take in $100 million at the box office. Quitting the Academy, no, he gets to keep his Oscar. He doesn't. He should donate his Oscar. He should sell it and donate it to domestic violence programs.
Wow. So
he can buy it himself for $20 million. He can buy his Oscar and then donate that money. He should be donating money anyway. Poor Jada. Like, how? Why? Poor Jada has to be involved in this. First, she's the brunt of the joke, and then she has to go home with a joke.
not much of consequences in terms of, okay, I don't get to vote on the next movie. So, Will, I've been following you on Twitter throughout.
He doesn't get a free DVD. He can't go to screenings either, but pretty sure he's got his own screening room. Yeah, he's okay. And remember, all the movies are online now. They don't even send out DVDs anymore. I didn't get any DVDs. JoJo's dad, who was a writer in Hollywood for decades, he didn't get any DVD. They don't send out DVDs anymore. They just send you a passcode for Apple or whoever's showing the movie that's nominated.
This whole thing, and you were one of the first out there kind of going, I am not about Team Will. And
well, Jada reacted to the joke. We didn't see it in there, but she really rolled her eyes big time and did the scoff. So anytime there's scoffing, because the subtitles are all about scoffing. Anytime you watch subtitles, they're all about scoffing. Not so much laughing as scoffing. And churling. Insects churling, and insects do one other, trilling as well. Lots of insect churling and trilling. And every time they say churling, I feel like I need a churro. But Jada didn't make Will go up and slap Chris Rock. Will slapped Chris. That was all willpower. My dad only made 2 motion pictures, and you have to make 3 to be a voting member of the Academy. Oh, so he never voted.
You think that this is a lot deeper than that moment, actually. He wasn't just defending his wife.
Yeah, I just don't accept this was a moment of chivalry. And we haven't spoken, the three of us.
A moment of chivalry? It's a moment of insanity.
I was curious where you might be on this. I just don't accept this was a moment of chivalry. What I saw was Will Smith attempting to recapture a little bit of footing underneath his fragile ego, an ego that has been, honestly, from all accounts, dragged through the mud. His relationship with his wife is one that is non-traditional. It seems
to say the least.
Yeah, I guess they've had a bunch of affairs and stuff. I don't know. I don't follow that stuff. This is just what I've been told. If anybody knows more, put it in the chat and whatever.
Oh.
Again, I don't freaking care. You don't slap a man in the face. You don't slap a woman in the face. You don't slap anybody in the face. Slap yourself.
Open and controlling, and I think that at that moment it was more about Will Smith and not Will Smith in defense of Jada Pinkett Smith.
It was everything Chris Rock had not to talk about Jada's boyfriend at that point. Just real. At that point, Will's running up on stage.
So I would say,
did Jada laugh after he slapped him? I didn't see that part.
Fox News alert: open marriages make people very.
Todd, you want me to look up the Red Table Diaries? You look it up and tell me what it means. I don't want to look it up right now. Or should I? Should I look up the Red? Do you want me to look that up? It's Spill Covfefe. There's no agenda, so we'll do that.
Unhappy. So that's my first.
And just the look on Chris Rock's face here, like, dude, what the hell?
Yeah,
that's my first thought on that. Look, I do think what's interesting is I actually saw.
Will this be interesting?
The video of him accepting the award before I saw the video of him getting, slapping Chris Rock.
That's not interesting.
So even when I saw the video, the clip of him receiving the award, I thought, this is a man who is not emotionally together. There was something off about it without even knowing what had happened before. And so I look at this and I think.
I think the important part is Jada's wearing a lovely dress. So at random said, that's what Ricky Gervais said. Wouldn't made a joke about her hair. Wouldn't make a joke about her boyfriend. Would have made a joke about her boyfriend, which is about right for Ricky Gervais. I love when Ricky hosts stuff because he just digs into it. And that's what it is. It's a giant celebrity roast. Here's a bunch of millionaires gathering in a room to figure out which one of them deserves gold the most. A little golden Hispanic man. Todd Subro says, it speaks a lot to what Jada is doing currently and her sexual proclivities. I imagine it's way pretty heavy on Will's mind. It weighs pretty heavily on Will's mind, I think is what he's saying. She did look stunning. And you know what? The bald look, it becomes her. Really, really. She's a beautiful woman, obviously.
I think that he has a lot of childhood trauma.
But we spent some time discussing, is she in G.I. Jane 2? We didn't really get the joke. We get that Demi Moore was bald for the movie, but also Demi Moore in that movie, hot. I know, that's a sexist thing to say. I get it. We can't say that women are attractive anymore. Okay. But Demi Moore, by the way, I've sat next to Demi Moore in a theater performance at the Mark Taper Forum. Hot. I've urinated directly next to Bruce, who was with Demi at the time. I don't know if they're... isn't she with Ashton Kutcher? I don't know. This turned into Hollywood talk. I don't know. I don't care. Just the takeaway from the week is we should be sad that Bruce is pulling back from acting with aphasia because it's for those of you who knows anything about the ailment, it's no bueno for Bruce. And Bruce, every time I've run into Bruce has been a decent guy. Let's see. Joanna says, Marcy is right from before. Front row is roast row. Yeah, you sit right there. This is what's going to happen. I bet they'll think more carefully who they put in the front next time. Probably not. This has never happened before. It will never happen again. I hope there's a joke about it next year. I hope Jimmy Fallon hosts, and I hope that that What's-His-Face is up for an award. If you ever want to go down a funny rabbit hole, then you have to look up, not Ben Affleck, the other one, Matt Damon. Look up Matt Damon and Jimmy Kimmel. Their feud on the Jimmy Kimmel show has been going on for years, and it's hilarious. And every night Jimmy Kimmel ends, I don't know if he still does, but every night For years, Jimmy Kimmel would end the broadcast with, "Our apologies to Matt Damon, we ran out of time." Every single night. And then they did the Oscars or the Golden Globe or the Emmys or something together. I think it was the Oscars a few years back, and it was super funny. Overshadowed by all of this, amongst many other things, the fact that Amy and Amy Schumer and forgive me, I'm terrible with names. What's her face? I don't know the third one, but I do know. Come on. Hold on. Now I'm embarrassing myself. Oscar hosts. I want to say Amy Poehler, but of course that's not it. Who are the three hosts of the Oscar? Wanda Sykes. Thank you. I love Wanda. Don't get me wrong. I'm not. And then Regina Hall. I'm unfamiliar with Regina's work. She did an admirable job. She was good. She was funny at times. But Amy and Wanda were just freaking hilarious. Thank you very much at random. Not Wanda Sykes. Wanda Sykes. She is hilarious. She is my second favorite character on Curb Your Enthusiasm. Oh my God, they have rankings of Curb Your Enthusiasm characters. Let's see. Curb Your Enthusiasm, every supporting character ranked. Okay. So they have all okay, so they're ranked. Antoinette, I don't remember. Mary Sternberger, well, no, not really. Richard Lewis, I would think he would be higher than 8, but okay. Nat David, funny. Jeff Green, only 6? Jeff Green's in every episode. He's got to be top 3. I'm sorry. Oh, Cheryl David? I guess I wouldn't even call her a supporting character. I know they're divorced and you don't see her as much anymore. But how do you rate, like, how is she ahead of Jeff Green? I'm sorry, but Jeff Green is more supportive than Cheryl David. Ted Danson, number 4. Okay. Marty Funkhauser. Oh, love Marty. Love Marty. And unfortunately gone. Susie Green, fantastic. And Leon Black. He's my favorite, Leon Black. But Wanda, how is Wanda not in the mix? How is she not number 5 or 6? To me, she's number 2. Love every episode where she appears. But yeah, how do you rank that? I wouldn't. A lot of these characters, like for example, Cheryl and Jeff, I wouldn't even call them supporting characters. They're part of the main cast. But anyway, I guess it's everybody but Larry. That's what the show should be called.
I think it's very hard to get over that stuff.
Help me out. What has Regina Hall been in? How do I know her? I recognize her. I'm not familiar with her body of work, but she was great.
He watched his father beat up his mother. He
not an excuse.
Has admitted in the past, I felt like a coward. I mean, that is huge. So there is some of that, like,
Oh my God, that's Regina from Black Monday? I love her. She looks so different without her 80s do. Oh my God. I am so sorry, Regina Hall, if you're watching. I love you. Black Monday is one of my favorite shows, and you are amazing in it. Oh my God. Are you serious? Hold on. I cannot. My mind is blown, and I apologize for the mess on the camera. Hold on. Black. Oh my God, I love her character in Black Monday. There she is! She looks so different to me in Black Monday, such a different character. That's the sign of good acting. When I don't recognize the character that you played. For example, if I didn't know Will Smith was King Richard, I might not recognize him as King Richard for a while. I might be going like, who is that? I know that guy. Don Cheadle, absolutely brilliant in Black Monday. Regina Hall, all of them. I love Black Monday. I couldn't rank the characters. But fantastic.
I defend my wife. But ultimately, I think the aggressor in this whole scenario is...
Oh boy, here it comes.
Actually, Jada Pinkett. I think she's really done a number on...
Literally blaming the victim, except that the victim is Chris
Will Smith. I don't think that Will Smith was...
Oh, well then Will Smith can't be blamed. Let him keep the Oscar. Let's all clap for him.
And we don't know the workings of that marriage. We don't know what happened exactly, but it appears to be that she had an affair with one of her sons.
Oh, this might be Jada a reaction here.
Friends, and that they kind of agreed that they could, have an open marriage.
And she's laughing. It looks like she's laughing from behind anyway. It looks like she's rolling forward with laughter after whatever Chris said there. What did he say? Will Smith just slapped the shit out of me on national TV? Something like that?
I'm all for, marriage is healing, but it doesn't look like Will Smith has gotten over this.
I don't know. Did she even know that Will Smith had just slapped her? I thought it was one of the fake ones where you hit your chest to make the noise as you swing directly in front of somebody. And I thought, well, Chris really didn't do a great job with the reaction. You gotta bring your hand up. You gotta cover your face. Anyway, I love
being emasculated. I think,
and this was not a brave action. I mean, he quit before he got fired.
I love Regina Hall.
Yeah, the Academy Awards was going to meet on April 18th.
But if you haven't seen Black Monday, watch yourself some Black Monday. It's on Showtime and it's hilarious. Might be on Prime Video now. I don't know, but it's worth getting Showtime and paying for the free week.
To decide his fate, he probably wasn't looking.
Is it coming back? I don't know if Black Monday is coming back for a third season. Somebody want to look that up?
Good for him. So
right.
He resigned. He had a rolling apology to Chris Rock, first publicly. We'll see if he actually did that.
There's a running joke in Black Monday that's so ridiculous, but it's funny every single time.
My views have shifted on this. Initially, I thought I didn't know about Will Smith's personal life.
And it's one of those, like a dad joke that you know is coming, you know it's about to hit you in the face, but you just keep your hands behind your back and then you laugh.
Right.
The whole alopecia thing threw me off. Like maybe everybody knew that in Hollywood, and that was like really an offensive joke.
I didn't know that either.
And at first, I didn't see the.
I didn't know that.
Clip of him laughing and her, and so at first I'm going, wow, he stood up for her. That was my first initial thought. Then the information all starts to roll out, and you start to realize this is a really dysfunctional relationship. This guy's got some serious issues, and he just walked up on stage and assaulted somebody, and everyone there.
Yes, it's if only there was some way to say these two phrases together. They talk about portmanteaus that we all accept nowadays, but it's all misdirection. Anyway, you should.
Seemed to be okay with it, and then they gave him a standing ovation, and I think it's because the caricature. I mean, if you don't follow Hollywood closely, Will Smith's like a great dude. Like everybody loves him in pop culture, and he plays these great roles, and so it seemed out of character for him, and it seemed.
Well, no. He plays characters. That might be who Will Smith is. I mean, it seems like it now. It'll be interesting to see what happens to him moving forward. He will still get parts. People will want to see, I want to see what Will's like. And they'll be expecting some kind of different Will Smith now that he's gone through this, I slapped a guy.
So I gave him the benefit of the doubt at first, but.
Oh, yeah. That's right. She did the thing where she's like calling all the guys up on stage because she needs a date. Yeah, that was pretty weak. And one of the people watching with us was like, what if that's a dude calling all the hot chicks up on stage, right? If that's the attitude. All of the stuff at the Oscars was very clingy women. I did not like that at all. I get it. It's like the opposite of what we had. The pendulum has swung completely the other way. It's not Dean Martin, a little bit soused, calling up, with a line of chorus girls behind him, picking them out one by one. We've come completely the other direction, where we just turn man into meat. I don't know if anyone found it funny.
The more you actually step back and think about it.
I love the Amy Schumer with the seatbelt. I loved Amy Schumer saying, I just got out of the Spider-Man costume. Did I miss anything? Mood in here seems so different. Like, it's a callback to Will Smith beating up somebody.
You can't do that.
Do you think the people in the audience thought it?
By the way, they write that stuff.
It was like a joke.
I know.
At first.
Initially, absolutely.
They thought it was a
Staged
joke. And then when he was
ratings.
like, get my wife's name out of your blanking mouth, then that got weird.
And then the first time he said it, people were like, and then he says it again.
And then
I wonder if Chris Rock might have thought it was a bit, even after being hit, because the real moment that told the truth was Will Smith's anger in his seat, his face, him yelling to keep.
I thought seat filler was okay. It was a good start. But then, and Nicole Kidman was in on it apparently, but it would have been funny if Nicole Kidman reacted some. If she had slapped Amy across the mouth. They'd done a whole bit. Amy goes across the table, legs splayed.
He's an actor, though.
Opportunity lost.
Wives, that was a one heck.
Could have done the hair pulling thing. Oh, Kirsten Dunst. I'm sorry. Thank you. Kirsten Dunst, of course. Pile of the dog. Kirsten Dunst, not Nicole Kidman. Sorry. But, yeah, I love Kirsten Dunst, too, by the way. Amy did that bit with Jesse Plemons pretending not to know Kirsten Dunst. Yes, that's what it was. Thank you.
That
Apparently, I don't either.
is an Oscar-winning
I just watched an interview with the show producer, and Chris Rock joke was off the top of his head. Yeah.
performance.
Can
that
I add
level
another
of anger
layer to
and
this?
embarrassment.
And again, for those of you who don't know, Chris Rock made a movie about societal pressures on black women's hair. He's got 2 daughters at the time, I think he did. And he made a documentary quite a while ago, I think back in like 2009, 2010. I watched most of it. I probably watched all of it. Anyway, he did a movie which opened my eyes to the fact that black women have to spend so much time on their hair trying to straighten it and all the other stuff that they have to do with their hair because society says the way their hair naturally is not good enough. And it's called good hair or bad hair. One of the two. What's it called, guys? Somebody look it up. Did anyone know she was married to Jesse Plemons? No. I did not know. I did not know that. Wild and wacky stuff. Yeah, okay, good. Good for Todd. Yeah, Libby says, I just watched that and I concur about good hair. Yeah, it's called good hair.
Yeah.
Can I add another layer to
Which is ironical.
this? There are rumors.
Oh, yeah. Hold on. Rachel's coming up with another layer. This is something that's going to blow our minds, something we hadn't thought of before. Likely about Kirsten Kidman.
Rumors in the tabloids that, I follow, that say that Chris Rock, had something with Jada Pinkett as well. So there's just a lot of stuff going on there. And I just think it was really hard to unravel. Bill Maher.
Okay.
By the way, was roasting Hollywood about their reaction to Will Smith. Take a look.
Who are always talking about microaggressions in the workplace and how you should be, not have to face an uncomfortable moment or, people shouldn't touch you unwantedly. Suddenly they were okay with this. It just seemed to show to me broken morals, like you really have no principles. When it's a star.
I don't know that everybody was okay with this. I mean, they stood and applaud, like a standing ovation. I would never stand. I might applaud the performance. Okay, good. But I'm not standing up.
That you like in the service of some vague principle of intersexuality and sectionality, like your wife shouldn't be insulted even in a mild way, then it's like, well, too bad. That's what I like. It made me feel good, so I forget my principles. It was a bad night for liberal hypocrisy.
I think that's really good. And I think what also
What's really good? What he said?
resonated with me in this, Rachel, is that there's sort of this reverse engineering of who should be the champion in this. I'm talking about amongst the public. Who should be the champion? And then...
by the way, we're a week into this. And this is, what this is? This is a Fox News Saturday. This is the first time they've had a chance to sit down and talk about it together. Us too. So who am I to talk? We just, They're leading the conversation, really. I'm just along for the ride. We would be talking about gas prices or the jobs numbers or whatever they would be talking. They're not going to talk about the jobs numbers because those are good.
Modern American society, the champion is the individual who claims the highest position on the victim hierarchy.
What was weird is BBC America said he issued an apology. He did issue an apology right away. Well, 45 minutes later, he issued an apology to the Academy, not to Chris Rock. Now he's apologizing to Chris Rock.
And suddenly Jada...
Meanwhile, Chris Rock's tickets were going for $780 in Boston. He mentioned it once in the first of 2 performances that evening, but he didn't really talk about it that much, didn't really say much about it. Unfortunately, Chris Rock doesn't get that money.
Once alopecia
I would have no problem with Chris Rock suing Will Smith.
becomes part of the equation, launches to the top of the hierarchy of victimhood, and people can say, you see, the real victim...
I'm just saying there ought to be consequences. If I was on a set or in daily life, if someone ran into me in traffic and I get out and I punch them, I spend a night in jail. It's guaranteed. Especially if it's broadcast in front of an entire world watching the Oscars. Remember, these are the Oscars. There were upwards of 40 people watching it on TV.
Victim here is not Chris Rock, who got slugged. It's Jada.
Right.
No, Jojo, I've heard that as well. It's a misdemeanor assault. It's battery is what it is. And in Los Angeles County, there's absolutely no need for someone to press charges. The police can pursue this if they choose to pursue it. Otherwise, nobody would ever get charged with domestic violence because the police show up. What happened? I fell. Well, we got to bring him away anyway. 911 was called. You're bruised. Yes, he's only doing it because he loves you and you won't shut up. I get it. No, it's a joke. That's a joke. Do not come down here and slap me in the mouth. But that's very common in domestic charges. I was kind of involved in a domestic non-violent dispute, and the prosecutors actually called me and like, no, dude, follow up on this because nobody ever does. We would love you to.
I just think it's all such nonsense that inevitably results in what Bill Maher said, just a pile of hypocrisy.
Yeah, it's interesting. You know,
It's Marcy's correct. It's 242 politically correct misdemeanor battery.
when this moment happened, I was on actually Fox and Friends before.
How does a hair get into my mouth 2 hours after I'm like? Where does it come from? Is there just hair floating through the air all the time? Stupid hair.
You came on to talk
The human body's dumb. Let's be honest.
about it, and I talked about the kind of abuse that the Trumps received. Melania has received.
Oh, this is about the Trumps now. Good. Let's hear it.
1,000 times, these kinds of insults. But I remember the moment that Donald Trump was in the audience and he was being heckled. Do you remember that? It was when he was before he even announced his candidacy, and he sat there and he just kind of took it.
He scowled.
And then he went out and revenged one for president.
Mm-hmm.
That was an
revenge run.
Interesting way to handle a heckle. Definitely, I think Chris Rock was the
Yeah, I hope it was about more than that, but you know what? It probably wasn't.
Classy act here. He remained classy throughout all of this. And by the way, another thing I learned through this whole thing, he's 57. He looks amazing. I didn't know that Chris Rock.
That's the important part. And the dresses.
Was 57.
Yeah.
So good on you, Chris Rock. Looking good.
Which happens when you don't get up at 3.
Todd, producers actually tried to remove Will Smith and he refused to go. LAPD literally came into the sound booth asking if they needed their help. That is what the producers claim. And what people around Will Smith say that didn't happen. That's a lie. The producers are trying to cover their ass. That the producers came out and were like, okay, let's just try and finish this. There was no actual removal of Will Smith.
3 a.m. in the morning. That's true. That's right. And a Fox News exclusive.
And I mean, they could have taken him out. They should have taken him out at that point. You do not slap someone. We were at the Oscar party I went to, gathering, I'll say, 6 people. Everybody tested. We all passed. Why is he still there? Why is he not in handcuffs now? You cannot hit people. I mean, I'm sorry, but they should have just put him on a stool in the corner and made him face the corner.
Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky spoke to Brett Baer last night, giving updates on the ongoing war in his country.
And he owes an apology to Chris Rock. He apologized to the Academy. He should have apologized to all of us for making us listen to that speech. God told me to protect my family. I'm a river vessel. And then he brings the Williams into it. And as a Williams myself, I'm like, I want no part of this. Look at my boob.
Country.
How do you believe this war ends?
There were some people who didn't clap for him when he got the Oscar. Sitting right down near the front. I didn't recognize it. I mean, I'm terrible. I thought Kirsten Dunst with Nicole Kidman. But I wish there was more between Kirsten Dunst and Amy Schumer. I wish that bit had played itself out. Because it kind of left, and then we never saw her coming back in, and it was weird. And we don't know, was she standing right beside it? The producers kept the action centered on Amy and Jesse, so we never saw, was Kirsten just standing there or whatever? Anyway, I've been in love with Kirsten since the Spider-Man, where she was Mary Jane Watson. Was it Mary Jane? God, I used to know all this stuff when I was a kid. I have a pile of comic books around somewhere.
Only without victory.
Vladimir.
That's right. In a Fox News exclusive, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky spoke to Brett Baer last night, giving updates on the ongoing war.
I didn't know that Chris Rock was 57.
Yeah.
So good on you, Chris Rock. Looking good.
Which happens.
Black don't crack, baby.
You don't get up at 3 a.m. in the morning.
That's true.
That's right. In a Fox News exclusive, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky spoke to Brett Baer last night, giving updates on the ongoing war in his country.
I thought they weren't allowed to say his name.
How do you believe this war ends?
Only without victory. Besides victory, the Ukrainian people will not accept any outcome.
This after Russia claims Ukraine struck a Russian oil depot.
Alex Hogan live in Lviv. Alex, good morning.
Good morning, Will, Rachel, and Pete. So Russian forces right now are really solidifying their forces around the eastern city of Mariupol. Just only 6,000 of the roughly 100,000 people have been able to be evacuated in the last day.
Oh, hey, so our friend Asen, who is one of the peoples on the Twitter that goes out there, that watches the congressional hearings and the senatorial, and watches Fox News and all the right-wing nonsense, and then posts it so that we don't have to watch that, but we're kept aware, which is important. Our friend Asen is now able to accept Twitter tips. So let me show you how to do that. And I'm sure he appreciates anything that he gets. Let me pull up Asen here. So you know Asen, internet hooligan. He actually lives not too far from me, right over here. Asen, if you go to his... Okay, it's not here. So on my phone, there's a little, looks like, I don't know, like a $sign or something, and you can click that and you can Venmo Asen with a tip for all of his, if you want to call it work. Hold on. Let me pull it up and show you what it looks like. I should know whether it's a $sign or not. Let me see. He wrote to me yesterday, so I can find it there. There we go. Asen, internet hooligan. Yeah. So on your phone, I'm sure this is not going to show up at all. It's a couple of dollar bills. There. Oh, come on. There it is, right there. Right there. Those are supposed to be dollar bills. Oh, goodbye. Those are supposed to be dollar bills. So if you pull up his profile on your phone, next to the envelopes, there's a couple of dollar bills. If you click that, then you can send Asen a few bucks for doing what he does. So if you'd like to do that, please feel free. Where did we go? Here we go. Let's go back to the Ukraine here.
Despite the fact that humanitarian organizations have gone in there trying to help as many people as possible. Now, looking closer to the northern part of the country, near the capital of Kyiv and nearby Chernihiv, Ukraine has noticed that Russian forces are slowly starting to retreat days after Russian negotiators said that they would. Russian troops have also handed back control of the Chernobyl nuclear power plant. In the early hours of the...
I hadn't heard that. After many of the Russian soldiers had to go to Belarus for treatment for acute radiation poisoning, they've decided just to give Chernobyl back. Yeah, we're good. Thanks.
Morning yesterday, a massive fire broke out at an oil depot located in Belgorod, Russia. That's just about 20 or 30 miles across the border from Ukraine. Russia accusing 2 Ukrainian fighter pilots for the strike, which injured 2 people. Ukraine's president and the minister...
Okay, hold on. Hold on. We got people waiting for the Trump rally.
Here, folks. We need cheap oil, and we need to be able to build infrastructure quickly to save the tax dollars for us.
Okay. But so you're happy that the bipartisan infrastructure bill was passed by Biden. That's cheap infrastructure. Cheap, because that's what you want to do with bridges, is go cheap.
You wouldn't think it'd be such a controversial opinion to say we want cheap oil, we want to be able to build infrastructure, but it isn't for some reason.
Right, and so we're all happy that the infrastructure bill was passed by Biden, right?
Democrats are constantly fighting this. We saw it when
they passed the infrastructure bill.
President Trump was in office, and we're seeing the aftermath of these policies right now.
It's horrible. The people that suffer the most are the people in poverty and the lower class. they really have to juggle their income.
That's what they do, though, right? And yeah, the Republicans, specifically Senator Scott Kelly, who's in charge of the Senate Republicans, he wants to raise taxes on everybody. Not the rich, I'm sorry. Just the people that are so poor that they don't pay any taxes, they're going to be paying taxes now under the Republican plan. You know, Republicans, big taxes.
I don't know how they're going to survive, but if we could have cheap energy, that would help from the poor all the way to the top.
You know what's free? The sun.
All of us. And that's what Trump gave us, energy independence.
No, he didn't. The COVID gave us cheap oil.
It's common sense.
Because nobody wanted it.
We all know, drill, baby, drill. That would...
Right, okay. And so yesterday, Biden came out and said, hey, you've got all these leases. You previously were drilling there. Either drill or we're going to take your leases back. We need the energy. Literally, yesterday, Biden was on television saying, drill, baby, drill. Well, paraphrasing, drill, baby, drill. In other words, drill, baby, drill.
Lower all the cost of milk and bread and everything it would. And then we can fix our supply chains. But
nobody had ever heard the phrase supply chain before Biden.
But they have that green agenda, the other side, and it's all made up. It's like a religion for them. It's embarrassing, right?
Oh, so a religion's all made up? Guy who's wearing the Jesus pin? Okay.
I read the other day, this is one site, but it's each person.
Oh, it's one, she read on a site. Hold on, guys. She read something on a site. This is going to be groundbreaking. Again, prepare for your mind to be blown.
Each American is going to have to spend, each household, about $5,000 a year more this year compared to last. That's roughly $433 a month that we're experiencing.
That is a real site that she's referring to.
I mean, think of the people in the...
I don't think I'm spending anywhere close to that. I just know that my car insurance went up because I just got a more expensive car.
Average middle-class families, even lower income, like, you don't have an extra $433.
That's a car.
Well, we did. All the families had an extra $250 or $500 or $600 or $900 if they had kids. Because we were doing something called the child tax credit, where everybody would get a check for a few $100s if they had a kid, and multiple checks if they had multiple kids. But the Republicans refused to let that continue. And Joe Manchin. So everybody has lost all that money. That was more than offsetting the cost of inflation, but there you go.
Our payment, that's a house payment. But
$400 is a house payment?
We're not going to change.
Where? Oh, this is North Carolina. Okay. No, this is actually Michigan.
We all want to keep...
They're live in Washington, Michigan.
Our environment clean. Who doesn't?
Our what?
Everybody wants to change. We all want to keep our environment clean.
Close enough.
Who doesn't? Everybody wants clean water. Everybody wants a clean air to breathe. And
that's the whole thing. And the sharpest water in the history. That's what he said. Trump actually said sharpest water.
What did that was natural gas. We improved our air quality.
No, it's not. Natural gas does not make clean water. It makes very sharp water.
Be under Trump more than at any time.
That's not true at all.
If we let China, we let Russia do it, they're going to pollute. They're building coal plants.
What is he saying?
They don't care.
He's taken Trump's nonsense. Okay. He's paraphrasing Trump on all of this. Well, the word's very tiny. I mean, if you look in terms of the entire universe, the universe is very big. It's like no one's ever seen before.
Pipeline that they canceled. Now we're going to have to deliver it on rail cars. What's that?
No, it's just not coming in.
Going to do everything.
But by the way, a lot safer to bring it in on the rail cars.
They're doing is
But it's not.
Complete opposite of what anybody with common sense has.
I feel like you need to be in office somewhere.
Run for
yeah.
They are destroying this country purposely.
They're not destroying the country. A pipeline, if it bursts near a river with crude oil, That destroys the country. Crude oil is so heavy, it actually sinks to the bottom of rivers and destroys the river. Talking about destroying the country. It's not like, oh, it floats on the surface and you come by and then some birds die. And no, it destroys everything in the river and pollutes the water for everybody downstream. So when a pipeline bursts, it's really, really bad when it's got crude oil inside. Crude oil is filthy, dirty oil.
I've heard of the world global order, and that's what this is all about.
Oh, it's the Rothschilds.
It's about controlling us.
With the Jewish space laser. Yep.
We need to take this back. We need to really, 545 idiots out there in D.C., we need to flip that
545? I wonder who the extra 10 are.
Capitol building upside down, shake them all out, and we have to start all over again. That's what we need to do. They're stealing from us, and we are sick of it.
All 545 of them. So is he including the parliamentarian? Because you got 538. So is the president included? Because he's not at the Capitol building. But let's say it's the speech. So you got the president and his cabinet. That puts us over 545. So I'm not really sure.
Absolutely sick of it.
What do you think people can do?
And she doesn't correct him, by the way.
To shake this up. I know a lot. You're here. You're supporting President Trump.
We'll run for office.
We'll run for office, and then on January 6th, we're going back to the Capitol.
You see a lot of people. There was a truck driver in New York, I think, ran, and he won. And then, all the parents running for the school.
There was a bartender in New York who ran and won.
School boards. That would probably be one of my answers. And then get out and vote. Know who.
And wear hats with words on them. That's really the most important part.
You're voting for. We have a bunch of Republicans that they need to go because.
We need a bunch of Republicans to go. The guy's right.
We know how corrupt it is, from the Chamber of Commerce to the military industrial. Trump gave us a peek behind the curtain. Can you imagine if he would have had them 4 more years?
A lot of flags. We need a lot more flags. Specifically flags on hats. And this guy's got it covered right here.
He would have been able to stop the corruption. That's what we're hoping for. But
this is everybody's uncle who shows up at Thanksgiving, and you're just like, can we just say no politics?
Final question: how many people do you
Shh, quiet, please. She needs to smile more and try not to be so shrill.
think are here right now?
Right now.
Yeah, give us an estimate, guy, standing on level ground with everybody else. What, 40,000? 800,000? I can't wait.
I'm going to guess 4,000 right now, maybe.
Okay.
Love it.
All right. Love it.
Smart dude. Nooks. All right.
Nooks, is that what we're calling fist bumping now? Nooks?
Yeah, of course. I'm going to toss the microphone over to Brian really quick so I can say hi.
There you go. I'm doing great. Hey, thanks for joining us. I just got a phone call from Mike Lindell. He's going to meet us over
good.
Here for a quick interview. So we're going to kind of walk this way so we can be in the spot that he's looking for us. We want to remind everybody that we are partly a viewer supported by great people like you just saw.
Yeah.
We don't have to donate here, so we're
towards the.
Where's Mike Lindell?
Sure,
Here we
tell
go.
me.
Here's another guy.
Kind of put a plug in for our Alcona County Republicans.
Sure, tell me.
And we've endorsed Matt DePerno, Christine Caromo, and I'm volunteering for Ryan Kelly.
Very nice. And what is it? Unplug Michigan's corruption. Ryan Kelly for governor of Michigan.
Governor of Michigan. And as far as I'm personally concerned, he is the only true grassroots candidate running.
All right.
Ryan, the truck, not and believe it. All the Reagan dinner. I'm here. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. Yeah, we're nothing if we don't get a voice to the people.
I watch you guys.
You did a great job.
Anybody.
Thank you.
I'm not no speaker, but I wanted to get on.
Hey, you did great.
I watch you guys all the time.
Thank you.
Okay.
We've got a big.
What about Mike Pillow?
I have to see what they chopped up.
Yeah?
They didn't even show it.
No.
They showed some of the stuff that they did, but not much.
No ethics, no morals.
You guys are the greatest.
Thank you.
I don't know if he's still filming.
Oh yeah, we're live, buddy.
Okay.
Whole thing. We don't chop anything. Right here, right in this.
Talking.
Okay.
What about Mike Pillow?
% off your entire order.
Right.
Huge.
What about? Are we up at real
as
time?
well? And I loved it.
There he is. There he is. He's coming. He's coming. Here we go.
But you know you're.
Can we not have Steve or whatever his name is? Can we not have him interview Mike Pillow, please? Sorry, guys. Maybe I can turn her down. I have to turn her down in my ear. Here's Mike. Let's listen to Mike Pillow. I'm going to turn her down on your end, too. So if you can't hear her, God bless you. Go.
You're busy. Yeah. Are y'all excited that Mike Lindell is here in Michigan?
Ow! Ow! Stop!
It's
Come on.
gorgeous crowd.
Come on.
We had a big event for Matt DePerno. I endorsed Matt DePerno. He's going to be the greatest Attorney General Michigan's ever had.
Incredible.
Yeah.
He's a lawyer. He's over 20 years of experience.
By the way, the Jimmy Kimmel Show has a fantastic... Is it Jimmy Kimmel? Never mind. I don't know. Somebody has a fantastic My Pillow guy.
And he's been fighting for election.
She often forgets where the microphone is and just talks, and then brings it back, which is actually a bonus. I'm not complaining about that. You keep it up.
Integrity pretty heavily. So were y'all able to talk about that?
Yeah, I did. I spoke for about an hour. They wanted me to talk for 5 minutes. No.
You speaking for 5 minutes? Absolutely not.
Matt's awesome. Matt got behind the election crimes of 2020, and you remember there's only two lawyers two judge, or actually only one judge now that's ever looked inside the machines, and that was at Antrim County, Michigan, and that Matt DePerno was behind that. He kept forging ahead. And by the way, that case is still going on, everybody. It goes up, the appeal is next week, I believe Matt said. But Matt's been fighting.
No, the case has been decided, and then it's been appealed.
Fighting for this country and for Michigan, and he's going to be awesome. I've seen a lot of this happen with the politicians. They get so, not with the old politicians, with this new group we have, they're the ones that have fought for the 2020 election, and they get, say, if you can't fight them, let's just get in office. And
right, but I mean, Trump's been reinstated in July, and then for my birthday in August, and then in October he was reinstated, and then right before Christmas he was reinstated, and then when is he going to be reinstated again? Is my question.
We do it ourselves.
I've met a lot of people here.
And the Supreme Court, of course, ruled 9-0.
Today that are trying to run starting at local levels. Now, you mentioned that Matt DePerno you have personally endorsed, and I believe your group of endorsements was around 10 people. Has it grown? How many people?
What? She's got a glove that has a thumb, but her fingers are out. Which is actually, I'm trying to think of the application for that. Like, when do you want your thumb covered, but all of your fingers out? She's got the little flappy on the back that you can pull up and put over your... It's not even a glove. It looks like a mitten. But it has the one... I don't know. But what I can tell you, boys, is she's single.
People have you endorsed yet? Because you're very selective with this.
Very selective. It's only 10. I can't think of them all right now, but Carrie Lake for governor of Arizona. You guys... all these ones are going to make a difference.
Endorsements are boring. I'm sorry, guys. We're skipping the endorsements.
Going to Houston. I'm speaking with... a big event down there for the crime of 2020 elections, and with
again, not a single charge across the country. It's been coming up on 2 years. Not a single charge laid on the 2020 election, except for the people who voted fraudulently, most of whom voted for Trump, sometimes multiple times.
The great Attorney General Ken Paxton from Texas.
Great man.
And,
has he been convicted yet? Because he was under indictment.
I endorsed him too. I'm very selective of who I endorse. Here's how you could.
By the way, Ken Paxton tried to have all of those people standing in the crowd there, all of these people from Michigan, he tried to have their vote nullified. He sued in the Supreme Court to nullify every single one of their votes, to take their voting power away. That's what Ken Paxton tried to do.
You could all pick your endorsements. You say to them, do you think this election was stolen? If they say no, you go, wrong answer.
Oh, yeah, no election has ever been stolen, because it's not a thing.
And then if they say, I was just in Ohio, and there was a politician up there, and he says, yeah, the election was stolen, and then he said,
like the election had priest garments on and had the long scarf? Is that?
But he said, not here in Ohio because Trump won. You're out. You know, they stole it everywhere.
Every single state, the election was stoled.
Single state, every single county.
And you've been so busy. So why do you keep coming to these rallies? What is it for you? Is it to see the candidates you've endorsed? Is it to be amongst patriots?
It's both. It's, you know, here's what it is. Here's the biggest thing.
Hold on. We got the biggest thing coming.
Last year on January 7th, they tried to take our voice away forever. 1.2 million people got deplatformed. Radio stations, podcasts, Vimeo, Evil YouTube.
That's okay because we have Truth Social now. You know how everyone's talking about Truth Social. By the way, Truth Social, since its launch, membership joining, if you want enrollment, I guess, is down 93%. Trump doesn't even post on Truth Social. So far, it has been a colossal failure.
Can I say that here?
Yeah. You can say whatever you want on RSBN now.
Yeah. Zuckerberg's Facebook platform, Twitter, everybody got deplatformed. They tried to take away our voice forever. So when you have these rallies, like
he's talking about Mark Zuckerberg, by the way, CEO of Facebook.
Gets our voice out. Everybody that leaves here today, they've got to keep spreading the word, and that there is hope. You go to frankspeech.com, you need to get there. Frank Speech, you go there and you get the evidence we came out with 10 days ago. It's over. It's just a matter of getting it out now. Getting it out.
Yeah, spoiler alert, it's not over.
And
I got a text message.
I mean, yeah, it is. It has been. Since the election was certified by all 50 governors and all 50 secretaries of state. And then to the Congress. But by the way, the Congress doesn't even certify the election. The Congress just reads out the results.
This week they...
And everyone's like, oh, Mike Pence, a hero, blah, blah. It's not even the vice president. In the Electoral Count Act, it doesn't. It's just the president of the Senate. The vice president doesn't even have to be in town. It can be, could have been Chuck Grassley reading the results. The vice president doesn't have that kind of power. That's never what the Founding Fathers meant to happen, especially considering that the Founding Fathers weren't around in 1888.
They said you can now,
when the Electoral Count Act was written,
download the app Frank Speech. That's correct.
Yep, you can download the app at the App Store. Download the app, everybody, and you go right there. And by the way, you can get my audiobook free if you do it. And don't let it scare you. I'm still alive.
What? Why would? Okay, I don't follow that one.
What is?
But it's. I had a good chuckle over it. So.
One of the biggest, well, first of all, what have you put into, I know it was already millions of dollars with...
She has no question.
Frank Speech and the election integrity. What are we at now? What have you spent personally fighting for?
$35 million.
$35 million.
Yeah.
He's got to be bankrupt. Like, you cannot make that much money with pillows.
My employees thank all of you. We wouldn't have been able to do it if you guys hadn't supported.
I wonder how much he took from the PPP during the pandemic, the government money.
Buying our products, and you guys on RSBN, you guys are the best. Use that promo code RSBN.
RSBN, but really it's so important. I was just talking.
That's where I get all my support. It's not, as soon as money comes in, I spend it out. We've got to.
Yeah, how much did those computer experts that said they had all those packets, how much did they charge you to dig out those packets that prove the election was stolen? Sorry, stoled. My bad. Eve says, it does boggle my mind how so many cannot speak good, he. Even newscasters on TV particularly stutter. Odd to me. I always think this is who they hired. Some inarticulate puppet. Yeah. Some people have difficulty speaking. I don't begrudge those who have difficulty speaking. I don't begrudge anybody who has a stutter. They can't help that. What I do begrudge is people saying things like stoled, because they should know better.
And my employees know it too. If we don't fix 2020 and fix this country now, get rid of the machines, we don't have a country. So I don't have a...
By the way, all of the votes in dispute, they all have paper copies. Every single one of them.
company anyway, so I win either way.
We're going to continue to support you and fight for you because you are out there fighting for freedom of speech, election integrity, some of the most important core values here in America. And I think me, along with what I'm surrounded by, let's give it up for Mike Lindell. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. Thank you, Mike. And I can't believe you're leaving us. You don't get to see the president talk today.
I wish I could give a speech today, but they.
I wanted to hear questions about the election, not so much about the stoled. Jojo, if you're watching, what time is your netsing today?
It was the one that was set up in Houston. Was set up a month ago. There's going to be about 5,000 people there today, and remember everybody. And you guys have been the tip of the spear here in Michigan with the swing states, but every state got votes taken. Number one in the country was California, 1.5 million votes stole from Donald Trump to Biden. Second, where I'm going today, was Texas.
No. California ended up just pretty much the same as it always does. Majority Democrat. That's just the way it is.
And that was 960,000 votes. So if they take... Yes, he does.
Okay, because they're chanting, I guess that makes it so. It's like magic. I mean, we just saw Voldemort talk about it. He just said there were going to be about 5,000 people there. Trump will say there was 50,000. Yeah. Did anybody look this up, like the capacity of the hall? As far as the eye can see, and fake media won't show it to you. The fake news, I call fake news.
But
I invented that term, news. Before me, nobody had ever heard of news.
I guess my message today is you have to keep the faith, because we are going to get rid of the machines and get rid of all that, all the corruption, and by the 2022 election. So now, like when you got to get behind.
Look at this guy wearing a suit. And hold on, we can't see him. We can. I'll fix it. We can just do this. Not that. How about that? No, for the love of God. Okay, well. We are having some difficulties today. I was going to show you there's a guy wearing a suit. So, yeah. There. This guy. He's wearing a suit and videotaping Mike Pillow for some reason. I don't know.
Behind people like Matt DePerno, endorse him for vote for.
I'm tired of hearing about Matt DePerno already. Let's see if they go and they interview some real people again.
Fought where there was,
he's still talking to him like 10 minutes later.
I'm going to take 3. Does anyone have questions?
Yes. Yes. Now we're going to get questions from the people. These are going to be so insightful. I can't wait.
Question or comment. All right, we've got one right here.
Oh, it's going to be just thank you so much for I just love what you do. I just love you so much, and I love your pillow. It's a great pillow. I don't have any, but I love them.
State representative candidates across the country.
Did I?
Do you?
No, right now.
Todd Stubler says, is he going to rage against the machine? Yeah, he's suing all machines. What about Mike and the machine is? What about Machine Gun Kelly? These are all valid questions. There's no dumb questions.
I've been trying to save our country with them getting rid of the machines, but I have endorsed 10 candidates, and most of them have been attorney generals, governors, or secretary of state. I get hundreds of questions every day of requests, but I just haven't had time right now. I want to get this fixed first.
Well, I'm running for state.
All right, I'll check you out.
All right.
Oh, the guy's, that's a state candidate asking for an endorsement.
You're first on the list.
You heard it there first. All right, one more second question.
Can I get a picture with you?
That's a good question. She's been waiting, so go ahead. All right, we'll take a third question before I round up with him.
Now I want a picture.
We'll do 3 and 4. 3 and 4.
Thank you, Marcy. It's 5,800 people at it's a sports center in Michigan, Washington, Michigan, which is weird.
What about the recent events that are taking place makes you most optimistic about where we're at?
Oh, that's actually a decent question. I want to know which recent event she's talking about and how they make us optimistic. Well, I don't know who I was going to do there. Just doing a little bit of Pacino, just for no particular
question.
The most optimistic of where I'm at.
Oh, wait, Jojo, what time is netsing today? I need to know what time tennis is, and then we can work out whether we can cover the thing. I guess I don't have to go to tennising. I don't know. Just trying to figure out what time tennis is today. Which JoJo should not be playing. Everybody in the chat room, tell JoJo not to play tennis today. She's injured. She's just going to hurt herself worse. Trust me, I know all about hurting yourself worse.
In Colorado, Tina Peters, you can...
2:30. Thank you, JoJo.
Look this up on Frank's...
So what time do you leave for that?
Speech.
So I won't be going because we'll try and cover Trump's speech. I'm guessing, does somebody want to look up Marcy? Does somebody want to look up Marcy? Does somebody want to look up and see what time the speech is supposed to start? It's typically 7 p.m. Michigan time, which would then be 4 p.m. our time if you're on the East Coast or West Coast like me. So we'll cover it, but it's usually a bit late.
On Frank's speech, we have the bombshell evidence. There's only one machine in the United States now where you open up and there it all is, and that was Tina Peters took a copy of backed up her computer last summer. When I had my symposium, she was there. From that time on, at least 8 different cyber experts,
charged me money, and I've now spent $35 million.
Experts did a 7-month investigation.
Wow, I should be a cyber expert for him.
And now I put it up on Frank's speech. It's got 1.2 million downloads. This is what went on inside. It's the
symposium.
The manipulation of the vote. It's everything that we knew that they were hiding. So it's out there now. Now, it's like you have some, hey, here's the gun. Okay, now what are we going to do about it? Well, what we're doing is I have a team of lawyers going to every state. We're doing 7 of them first next week. We're doing preliminary injunctions to get rid of the machines once and for all under U.S. Code 1983. We're starting with...
Okay, hold on. U.S. Code 1983. Well, that we have to look up. U.S. Code 1983. Welcome to Type In with Kevin. Let's see. U.S. Code. Civil action for deprivation of rights. Every person who, under color of any statute, ordinance, regulation, custom, or usage of any state or territory of the District of Columbia subjects or causes to be subjected any citizen of the United States or other persons within the jurisdiction thereof to the deprivation of any rights, privileges, or immunity secured by the constitutional laws shall be liable to the party injured in any action of law. Okay, so this is just anybody's rights to sue anybody. That's all that this is. For the purposes of this section, any act of Congress applicable exclusively to the District of Columbia shall be considered to be a statute of the District of Columbia. Okay, so this is anybody who wants to sue a state or a territory or the District of Columbia. They can go ahead and sue if they feel like their rights have been violated. It's got nothing to do specifically with any election law. So yeah, they can sue. Go ahead. Enjoy.
Colorado, Minnesota, South Dakota, Wisconsin.
All right, we will try and broadcast we should be getting a good broadcast in. Should be able to do it actually because we're not having friends come over until later. I think 6:30, which would mean 4, 5, 5 and 8. Could be an hour and a half for it. We might just finish it up. We'll see.
Arizona, Texas.
So we'll try and broadcast the nonsense later today with Trump.
Alabama and Louisiana. There's a reason that Michigan's not on there yet, but they will be probably in the next round. But if we get rid of the machines and the computers, it will be the biggest red wave you've ever seen in history. But not just
and it will take forever to count everything. It's going to be fun.
Red wave of Republicans, of people that we're going to choose that have the people's back. Not just
God bless. All right, we'll do one more.
Will there ever be a Trump Lindell ticket?
I think you better ask the other guy.
I think if it's up to him. All right, you guys. I'll let you get to your photos, but Mike, thank you so much.
There's not going to be a Trump-Pence ticket. So Trump has now run for president 3 times, lost twice. Not a great record. Eve says, my knees are still killing me from when car hit me. What? And not to carry more than 10 pounds. I did milk gallon, potatoes walk, and oh my God, pain later. Yeah, once you're injured, please take it easy, people. I didn't realize a car hit you, Eve. Did I know that? I don't even know. Regina Williams. Regina Hall. And yet, they want the results of the election announced the night of the election. Yeah, that's the dichotomy of nonsense that we have to deal with. Sarah Palin is running for Congress, which I'm super happy about, and it's not an April Fool's joke. She announced yesterday, and she was serious. They've been talking about it for a while. So she's running to represent Alaska, her district. Not a lot of people in Alaska. Let's see if anything else happens here. If we go past my pillow, are they talking to... Yeah, he's about to talk to a person. Okay, let's watch him talking to a person. Here we go.
Landscape. Obviously, President Trump is number one, but number two is Mike Lindell. And I want to make sure... I got a couple more questions to ask him before we leave. She said he's so handsome.
Yeah, you gotta give them the microphone, and then we can hear them too.
I would agree. Mike Lindell might be the most handsomest man in America right now.
He's on the cover.
Here you go. I'm gonna see if I can get a quick.
She just moves her out of the way. That's why he didn't give her the microphone, because she doesn't exist. All she is an impediment between him and Mike Pillow.
A quick.
Did she say most handsome? I couldn't even hear her. Hold on. Did she say most handsomest?
He's so handsome. I would agree. Mike Lindell might be the most handsomest man in America right now.
He did. He said that. Thank you, Liberty. Eve, a car hit you on your bike? Oh, my God. Sorry. Wow. Don't. I don't recommend that.
No. Here you go.
He should be on the cover of something. I don't know. Forbes? Did she say Forbes?
Let's see if I can get a quick few moments with Mike.
We wanted to hear you talking to the lady, but okay, Mike.
Spending a couple minutes with Mike Lindell. Ken Paxton. There's a very important. Let's talk real quickly about your products. All right.
No. Okay. So this is just a commercial. Let's see if anything happens beyond this. Go right to live. Oh, here, talking to people. Good. We'll listen to this. We'll talk to people. Let's go back, and he's talking to a guy with a... He's got a chopper on his shirt, and it's something line. I don't know, but let's make it big for you guys. Hold on. Make it bigger. Here we go.
9-line apparel.
Oh, 9-line. Thank you. Right off the bat, they explained it to me. I don't know what that means. Probably a bad thing. Eve says, I flew and the bike went to the right, but I twisted and miracle in the air and landed on my right back glute. Ow. Don't. But like a cat up there. Landed on all 4 glutes.
I love that company. 100% made in America, Savannah, Georgia. Why are you here?
What? We're here to support Trump and let him know we still care about him. He's still relevant.
Oh, yeah. I like people that look directly at the microphone instead of at the person. Because I'm sure this guy's lovely. So I like that he's wearing American-made clothing, which is pretty much most of the clothing that we have here in this country. It's not uncommon.
Let's see if we get a shot.
Actually, I don't even know if that's true, that it's most. But it's not uncommon to find American-made apparel here. A lot of it was actually not made here, but because little island off in the Pacific is a protectorate of the United States, it would say made in the USA. If it says made in America, it has to be in here on the continent. Yeah, maybe in Hawaii as well. I don't know. I don't know what the rules are. But anyway, there was a nice little loophole.
Of these pens you have on your shirt, those are pretty cool.
All made in China.
Cool. Did you make those or?
Oh, here we're gonna find out. She probably made them herself.
No,
Oh, I thought it was Kirsten Dunst.
I just like to collect Trump stuff because I
fun to collect Trump stuff. I've always.
You should see my house, my yard, my car.
No, thank you.
That's a good question. When you had a Trump sticker on your car, did you fear for someone throwing it all the time, right?
Yes. You know what? Yes. Honestly, okay, she says yes.
Oh, Todd, thank you. You're the most flatteristy man on the internets.
I get a little anxiety maybe at first, but all I ever got was love. And I don't just have one. I have about 6, and they're like his head.
You get like the thumbs up and all that good stuff?
I get honks, thumbs up, love. I get people rolling their windows down, telling me, I love it, keep doing what you're doing. The support is there. People love it.
I get people asking for my number.
There really isn't much hate, I'm telling you. At least I don't get it.
The other day I saw a Let's Go Brandon on the back of a big rig that someone wrote on the dust or whatever. So I pulled up next to him and I got my Trump stickers out of my briefcase. I put them up in the window and he laid on that horn. Matter of fact, so much that I almost wrecked my car.
Because you're 12. Remember how it's cool to say to the leader of your country, America, that you love so much, to F off? Remember how fun that is?
So, neighbors and friends, do you know anybody in your life, in your circle of friends, your neighbors, coworkers, that maybe didn't vote for Trump in this, but all of a sudden they're like, I'm all on board now?
Oh.
No, Trump's not running for anything.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah. I feel like the few people I know that didn't vote for Trump are still, they don't like him. It's like, are you crazy? I think you're in denial because you can't admit you're wrong. Like, this is ridiculous. You like paying these prices? You like not having
worldwide. Somehow Biden is making this happen all around the world.
The money in your pocket? You just can't admit it. This is ridiculous.
I think it's pride. I think pride gets in the way of people walking back their views on President Trump, is because they know they're wrong and they don't want to go back and say, you know what, I listen to people on social media, I listen to my friends, and I listen to the fake news, and that's, they know that they made the wrong decision.
And I think so much is ingrained. I mean, I have a problem. I have older people I know who are Catholics and Christians, and they vote for the Democrats, and I'm like, why? Well, that's because who we vote for, we're working people. I said, that's past. It's not working people. These people are killing babies and killing all kinds of people, raising your taxes.
And I think, Mike Lindell said it earlier.
Again, it's the Republicans that want to raise those people's taxes right now. Everybody on Social Security, everybody, there's about half of America. Mitt Romney was right. About 47 to 48% of America doesn't pay taxes. They do. They pay their state taxes. They pay their property tax. They pay their property tax when they rent. Everybody's paying taxes. They pay if the state has a 10% sales tax, they pay that. Everybody's paying taxes. If you purchase anything in this country, you're paying taxes. If you make any money, you're paying taxes. With the federal taxes, you get that money back if you make below a certain line. 47% of our country is below that line. Donald Trump has been below that line many times. Well, Rick Scott, senator from Florida, Republican, wants everyone to pay tax. There's no more you make too little money, that money's going right to the government, friend.
This election really showed how many rhinos we have amongst our party, and let's make no bones about it. I want to get rid of the rhinos out of here just as much. I want to get rid of the Pelosi.
Trump is a cancer.
And the AOCs and the whole squad.
This is why I said we can't impeach Trump. Do not convict him. No, we can impeach him, but he can't be convicted because he is destroying the Republican Party. We'll see what happens in November.
You got to drain it all.
It's drained.
Well, we'll see what happens in the primaries. A lot of his candidates are going to lose in the primaries. He'll deny it, and he'll say that I'm 152 and minus 6.
In the swamp.
Drain the swamp. And she just said the swamp is deep, and indeed it is. Amen to that. All right, let's walk on down here. Thank you so much for your time here. We have Valley.
Here we go.
So I take it.
Yep, we watch it all the time. It's on my TV right now. My husband's sitting there watching you right now.
Everybody watching at home right now?
Wow. That's actually impressive considering that they are not on a TV channel that I know of. Maybe there's an app. Maybe there's a TV app for Roku or something. I don't know.
Husband, my sister, but I got to ask you a question.
Yeah.
How come it freezes up sometimes? We're sitting there and we get to the good parts and then all of a sudden, whammo, it freezes up.
With us?
Yeah.
Ooh, I don't know.
Sometimes he has to flip over to...
Oh, don't say that. Don't say that.
I don't know who he's going to flip over to, so I don't know.
I'm like, what are you doing?
I don't know. Sometimes we go to these remote areas and in satellites a little...
I got a question for you, though. I got to ask you a question. How come sometimes when I boot up my computing machine, it wants a password, but I don't know the password? I have 8 cats, and I tried all their names, and it wants a password, and I call my nephew. He doesn't return my calls, and he's like, just text me, and I don't know what that is. How come all the people...
Sketchy. Yeah, that's it. I mean, we're...
What you're doing, and we donate, and everybody...
I'm actually very impressed that they can watch RSBN on their television. I don't know how that happens for them.
They should.
Thank you so much.
Is there a Roku app for art? That's probably what it is then. Maybe there's a Samsung app for their TV, too. I don't know.
So much. Thank you. And that's a big part of what...
By the way, sneak peek, I'm going to be doing a Roku versus Fire Stick. Wholeheartedly endorsing the Roku now. Don't tell anybody. But yeah, Roku is far superior for a couple of reasons.
what we do.
And that'll probably change next week. But right now, go with the Roku.
So you want to shout out to somebody who's watching us right now?
Oh, my husband, my sisters, my mom in heaven, because she right now, if she was alive, she'd be here at this Trump rally.
God bless her.
Oh.
She would be right here. You know she would. She loved the president. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you very much. See, that's why we do this, folks, is for the crowds, and it's for to show what's really going on. And so
I thought it was specifically for us, but okay.
That is right.
See if he talks to anybody else. My pillow, my pillow, my pillow, my pillow. Please donate, please donate, please donate. Go to the people. We don't care what you say.
At least cancel.
We might be live.
Give you an idea. First, one of these first time.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Okay.
First time Trump rally. That's what we're going for right now.
Come on, let's get in here deep. What's your name?
Todd says, how many internets does it take to Roku my online?
Bernadette.
Where you from?
She was actually fairly savvy for a lady of that age.
Harson's.
If Stephanie says my Fire Stick and I have a hate relationship. It's on my dresser with the batteries out. That's a third reason that I hadn't even considered until right now. Actually, I had, but I hadn't even thought about talking about it. With the right Roku, you press the button on the remote, and you press the button on the unit, and it finds your remote. How is this not a thing with all devices that have remotes? It makes it beep. It makes your bipper beep. Beep, beep. And then you're like, oh, there it is. How is this not every single electronic item that has a bipper? I want to show you guys a sample of a bipper. I got none. But hey, while we're at it, if you want to send me money on the Cash App, please do. Cash App is $ KevinlyFather. If you're not a member of the Cash App, then I think there's a way for you to get it where I get money. If you sign up and use my code, I forget now. Anyway, the key is you get to design your own debit card with the Cash App. And since Discover Card wouldn't let me get an Oilers logo on the kind of Discover Card I had, I designed my own. There's look at that. That's my Cash App card right there. So that is worth the price of admission, which is nothing. You get $5 free, I think, and then I get 15 or 20, something like that. So if you don't use the Cash App already, get the Cash App and refer me or something. I forget how it works. We'll look into it later. I got to do a commercial or something.
Island, Michigan.
I have no idea where that's at. It sounds very exotic, though. It's got island in it, so I think it's pretty cool.
I have to take a boat to get here.
You got to take a boat.
She's Canadian.
Boat to get here. So you might have had the most unique travel experience to get to this rally today.
Yes, I did.
First question.
Look at this lady. She just saw what's going on, and she's got to get in on it.
Why do you love President Trump?
Well, he's honest. He's a Christian. He's anti-abortion. And he calls it like it is. He says what all of us are thinking. And not
well, then you're a racist.
Too many people can do that.
Yeah. So what's your anticipation for today? I mean, you've got...
I think she just did.
Thousands of people here. You've got Mike Lindell behind us. He's going to walk out on that platform. It's just going to be exciting.
I will probably cry when I see him and everybody else. This is very emotional because people are finally waking up to what happened in 2020.
I agree. It's very emotional. You same thing. It's a very emotional experience when he walks out on the stage.
It's really these rallies. They're just a catharsis.
It is. I was in Washington, D.C.
He stole my heart, and I just love him.
And that was amazing.
On which day?
On January 6th.
Yeah, for the ellipse.
Yes.
Did you go to the Capitol? Is the follow-up question.
That was millions of people watching that. Millions of people watching that. So, well, thank you so much for coming.
And did you go to the Capitol? Did you go to the Capitol? Why not? He told you to march down Pennsylvania Avenue. To the Capitol!
I hope your boat trip back to where you're going is okay. It will. Yeah? Yeah. There you go. Thank you very much. All right.
I got to say that what he's doing right now, I think his name is Steve, what he's doing is hard to do. You never know what you're going to pull out of the jelly bean jar when you're doing live remotes like this. And you never know if it's just going to be an absolute bust when you talk to somebody. But, they've got masks on. This is going to be interesting.
That you guys, I mean, everyone's dressed up. You've got your hats, you got your shirts, your caps, you got the glass, you got the mask. Hey, let me tell you something. That's a mask you want to wear right there.
It is. I work for a hospital system, so I got to wear the mask.
No, I totally understand.
Wow. Whoa, this is a complete disconnect of reality that we're watching right here.
Hey, no judging here, because that's the mask you want to wear. And get this, it says 2024 too, which is we got to get them in. We got to get them in 2024. God bless you guys. Thanks for coming out here. How you guys doing? Family out here?
I work in the hospital system, and I don't want to be recognized because patients will be like, whoa, she supports Trump. I do not want her in charge of my health care.
Yep. First time?
Yep.
Isn't it exciting? First time. What was one of the things that you loved the most about President Trump?
Oh, just everything.
Everything. Just says what he means. And he's just so honest with us, and he's draining the swamp. And and all the infrastructure. And he never made gas.
That he's done for our country. It's just he was an amazing president.
Do you have a single specific?
And I just want him back.
He drove up the deficit. Anything?
Can we talk about Michigan?
He lowered the taxes, and I'm filthy rich, so it's great for me. And teachers pay more. Is that anything?
Politics for just a second. As far as like,
what about his complete lack of infrastructure? Even though we had multiple infrastructure weeks.
Like about it.
4 years with not a single even committee hearing on infrastructure. What about that?
What would you like to change about it? Attorney General. Any thoughts on that?
I'm excited to see DePerno as Attorney General.
Well, they're getting that message across.
We need him. We need a fighter and that can take these positions, because a lot of people don't know that your Attorney General
assume the position.
It's very important when it comes to the election in certain states. You get all the evidence of maybe voter fraud in the state of Arizona. If you don't have the right Attorney General in place, that evidence
right, and all 50 of the Attorney Generals had no problem with the last election, so
goes nowhere. So good to have you.
I think it was DePerno. I think DePerno, somebody named DePerno, is running in Michigan.
Here, you're nice and warm. You got your boots on. You got. I got my heated.
Birthday today.
Today's your birthday? Yeah. Wow! Happy birthday to you. All right. What's your first name?
Melanie.
How old are you?
25.
Melanie is 25 years ago. So we could blow up your Instagram right now or your Facebook, but.
I don't have social media.
Smart. You're 25. She's smart. If not, we were going to have everybody go tag you on social media. So, hey, wait, Melanie from where?
Leelanau County.
Okay.
Yeah.
There you go. She's 25 years old. Feels good, right?
Yeah, oh, yeah.
I wish I could be 25 again.
I should get lower rates on her car insurance now that she's 25.
So many things I would change. All right, let's come on over this way. What's going on, guys?
How are you?
Yeah, enjoying yourself down here?
Yes, we are.
Is this about typical weather for these parts of Michigan?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. Not bad. Absolutely. It could be a lot worse.
Tomorrow. It can be 60 degrees tomorrow in Michigan.
I think it's supposed to snow a little bit.
Boy, I don't know how to. 60 degrees still sounds cold to me now.
At least the forecast.
No, you can't say that. We need to
Don't.
Unpredictable. Typical weather for Michigan is unpredictable.
So I do not want to drop the S-bomb right now. Snow. Don't drop that. No snow. No snow.
He just did twice.
Michiganders, we can take care of snow. It's all right.
any kind of weather from Michigan. Yep.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So if I put up Michigan like this, where do you live?
Well, yeah.
There you go. Yeah, no, we're here.
I always love that. You meet
It's 34 degrees there? That is too cold.
somebody from Michigan, you go, where
And the guy's wearing like a t-shirt.
do you live? I love it. I'm in Texas. I don't know what to do in Texas. I don't know what you do. Okay, right. Hang on a second. First time viewer? Wow. Okay, this is a great opportunity. Come on in here. Come on in here.
He could just take a step to her, but okay, yeah, let's bring her in.
Company's called Right Side.
Are you okay with this?
You're okay with it? I'm okay with it. All right, I'm going to break down the Right Side real quick. All right, Right Side Broadcasting Network. We were founded in 2015, 2016. There you go. We are the #1 conservative pro-Trump digital network around. We crush everybody in live views, everyone. We tell the truth. We show the crowds, rally from start to finish. We go to press conferences. Right Side Broadcasting Network. I'm so glad I love.
Forget you again.
Please don't.
Yeah. Mike Lindell, you got to listen to Only Them, Truth Network, and that's it. You can't.
Speech is good.
I don't know what the Truth Network is.
Yeah. Yes, and that's it.
And download our app. Download our app. Hey, we're going to take a picture. Your husband's right there.
Is that the Trump thing? Is that she's calling it the Truth Network?
There we go.
My husband.
He's so gracious for letting us do this.
Wow, she's like, you can't put. You're a man. You can't put your arm around me. Is my husband okay with this? married to Will Smith.
Thank you so much for your time. All right, let's go walk. Let's go.
Thank you so much for letting me touch your wife. Weird.
Come over here. Look at this. Look at that shirt. See, I'm still a Trump girl. Let's go push in on that, walk in. And what's your name? Where are you from?
Michelle Volcano. I'm from Clinton Township, Michigan.
And you love President Trump.
I love my boy.
I love your boy. Now, we've been talking about
She's 25.
Your favorite thing about President Trump and why you love him so much?
He just says what he means. He calls it like he sees it.
What was one of the things he did?
Everything. Just one thing. Did he grope her? I'm not even going to check.
In office that just made you go, yes.
My husband works for the Big Three, and he got rid of the, what was it,
the Big Three? Is it the auto companies? She's in Michigan. That might be probably auto companies. Got to be auto companies. I don't know. That's my guess, but let's find out.
The NAFTA. And so...
Okay, so yeah, she's talking about auto companies.
So, you know, that helped out with the Big Three, and plus, he's the only president in history that tells you how it is, how everybody else is thinking. And I'm tired of Mr. Shitty Pants in the White House.
And we want straight...
Mr. Shitty Pants. Still waiting on Truth Social. Marcy's still trying to get in. Number 407,413.
Answers. I mean...
Well, patience.
The thing about President Trump is if you ask him his thoughts on a subject, he gave it to you. He delivered it with,
straight.
He didn't BS around.
No, he was up front. All the other countries didn't mess with him because he knew he was going to put a boot in their ass.
Exactly what he did, and that's why we never lost a service member on his watch when he was in office. No bullets.
We lost a lot of service members. Is everybody just forgetting Niger? It just never happened. Benghazi we talked about for years. We're still talking about Benghazi. But Niger? Oh, yeah, it's just like 4 Americans, and they were planning poor, and then Trump got into a fight with the widow, the Gold Star families. Yeah, this never happened.
It's hit our service member because the world was...
By the way, a bunch of service members died in Afghanistan before he gave the Taliban the country.
Scared of President Trump. The bad guys of the world knew exactly what Trump would do.
And the service people who only had a mild headache from being shelled by Iran, those guys too.
If they poke the bear, and what you're seeing now is weakness in the White House, and that's why Biden is probably in his basement right now trying to work on his foreign policy because there is none.
I don't even know if the White House has a basement. I know there's a bunker. Trump went there many times. When those black people were outside.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't care about this country. Trump loves this country. I love my country.
I think that, I would say that Biden cares about this country. I would say that Trump cares about this country. I would say that most people in this country somehow care about this country.
We need to straighten this country up. I have children.
And what does that mean? What does that mean? Why are there no follow-ups? What do you mean straighten this country up? Can you say anything that is not a generalization?
And we need you, Trump. Our country is going to shit.
Yeah, I agree with you. I'm going to give you a hug, man.
Oh, she's crying now. Our country's going to shit because used cars cost so much? Which, again, is a worldwide problem. So the whole planet's going to shit. We need you back, President Trump. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry I didn't vote for you last time. I was so busy.
This is why we do this for people like you, because we know how important it is. We know we love this country.
Hold on, we're gonna give you a Trumpy bear. Do we have some that they don't exist? They're not real. They would just take your money and not send. Okay, we're gonna give you a Trump.
We know exactly what Trump would do for this country and for you and I. So God bless you. We
God
really
bless you too. And Trump, I love you. You're my man. You're coming back. The cabal, the deep state.
And there goes
I said that.
The audio went away there. I don't know why.
That last week. This second time around.
I guess the cabal's in charge. I have no idea.
It's going to be a different story when he comes in. I can promise you that. You can absolutely get a picture with us.
Favorite.
You
can
so
much. God bless.
You can talk while you're taking a picture, though. If you
I got to
want.
be honest with you. That's exactly why we do this.
I thought it was for money.
Loves this country. You love this country. Mike Lindell loves this country.
He probably does, yeah.
If you didn't catch the interview we had earlier with Mike Lindell, we're going to post.
We did. we did. We're good there.
Post that up a little bit later in the show, but what we want you to do right now is go to my...
Oh, crap. The speakers are set to begin at 4 p.m. That means 4:30. Oh, wait, 4 p.m. Eastern. Oh, that's fine. Ignore me.
Pillow.com. And because that man has put out $35 million of his own money to fight for this country and fight for election integrity. We were in Washington, D.C.
Yeah, it's the big gazpacho cable.
Just after the...
Okay, you're going to talk to anybody else? Because I'm about done with this whole thing. We're going to have to cover this later today. Yeah, that's what we'll do. Oh, here we go.
Cycle. A precinct delegate does. Because I think it's important in this...
This actually is very important.
Political cycle, especially this next round.
The Republicans are trying to build from the bottom up. If they control the precincts, they can control which votes get counted.
That we have
They're not supposed to, but that's what they think they can do.
People in place to make sure that none of these shenanigans we saw.
Come the midterms, there are going to be a whole bunch of disillusioned Trump supporters who realize, oh, we don't actually have any power whatsoever. We're just volunteering to count shit and move boxes. They're gonna, no, but this is what I'm making Trump president. No, you're not, sweetheart. You can't do it.
All back in 2020 ever happen again.
Well, I'm going to make this happen. Well, then you're going to jail, like the people in Colorado.
Yeah, absolutely. We need young people too to be, activated, because we have a point in our, our history right now of our country that, the young people are being swayed in a direction that is against our benefit. And I truly believe that through being a precinct delegate, you can get an activation into like the GOP, and you can actually have a voice for your party. So
it's simple. They just fill out a form, right?
Yeah, absolutely. We can actually notarize it here. So if you're here at the rally right now, come over here, and we can definitely get you signed up to be a precinct delegate. We can definitely get the process going for you.
Have you seen more young people get involved in the political cycle?
No, that's why we're asking for young people, because they're not getting involved on the Republican side.
A lot of times, it seems like they don't think they can make a difference, and there's no spot for them.
No, they're making a difference. In fact, they may have made the difference in the last election. They may be why Trump's no longer in charge of this country. So that's.
This absolutely ensures they have a place that they can actually help and fight for the elections.
Well, they got to vote. That's the thing.
Yeah, I think for a lot of us, this was our first time voting in a presidential election. This was our first time experiencing political heartbreak. And in an instance like that, it would be understandable to see a lot of students just go, oh, what was all that work for? Nothing. It's the opposite, what we've seen. We've seen students who've taken that anger and that feeling of betrayal and motivate them to get more involved. And becoming a precinct delegate is the best outlet to do that. It really becomes...
Marcy said, I tanked the economy of a pretend country project in 9th grade by printing my own money. I should run for Congress. You should. You would be one of the 545 best Congress people.
More than just joining your local GOP at that point.
You should be part of the cable, Marcy.
It's having a say in it and having an influence on the future of the party.
This guy can actually speak. He's going to run for office at some point.
The future is now, and the future is young people. So that's why we're here.
Best website for more information.
Yeah, Turning Point Action.
I believe that children are our furniture.
Yeah, it's www.tpaction.com/peace.
Oh, this is a Charlie Kirk thing. And he can talk fast. He's going to move up the ranks of the Charlie Kirk thing. Mark my words. And give them an A+, because he's going to go places, this kid.
It's a really great resource. You can click on your state, find out what the equivalent of a precinct delegate is in your state, sign up with us. We'll have a member of our staff reach out. We'll get you the forms. We'll get you connected with the right people. We'll get you on board this year.
Check this out, guys.
Wow, call to action with a timeline. That's how you do it. That's how you sell, ladies and gentlemen. Zig Ziglar up in this house.
Also, come by here and, get a sticker that says, I did that.
But it's pointing out. You have to point to the gas station price. That's the joke. That's the wrong sticker. They put the wrong picture on the sticker. Is he pointing to the guy next to me? Wait, you're at the gas pump and you see this sticker? Yeah, and you put my roof rack on? Like the cargo box too? Thanks, man. I appreciate that. You did the sign above the gas station? Someone took the time to Photoshop and then paid to print these stickers. I'm sorry. That's just hilarious to me. And you got... And these are turning point people. So there's a kid, basically. And you got to know, like, one of the parents was like, oh, what you working on there? Trying to support their... Oh, it's good that you're being politically involved. Okay, what do you got? Oh, you put... So, yeah, what did he do? What did President Biden do? Because he's pointing at me? He did this? He made me old? What's going on there? I don't understand what... No! We put it by the gas pump, and it's hilarious, because he made the gas prices. Well, I mean, gas prices are kind of high, I suppose, so... All right, well... As long as you're staying out of trouble, eh? This is Upper Michigan, right across the lake from Canada. So they sound like that. Stephanie says, between my pillow and his 34 million and these guys, they just love to waste their money. My God, that cracks me up. That's going to start my day in a beautiful way. Holy crap, it's 11 o'clock in the morning here. So we'll be back later today, probably. I can't promise anything, because all my promises are empty, like my gas tank. Thanks, Biden. I did that. Guys, we'll see you later on. Thanks for joining me this morning. Holy crap, that was 2 hours. It's too much, really, when it comes right down to it. So until next time, which is probably later today during the Trump screed, don't let the creek rise and make sure that everything is stoled. You